What's up, guys? Tribal Chief here. Fucking acknowledge me, number one. Okay, guys, so today's video, we're going to talk about phone carriers. The phone carrier that I have is AT&T. They do me better. This is my work phone. This is the Galaxy Note 20 5G Ultra. Still a good phone, even though it's 6 years old now. It got officially unsupported back in 2024. So it's been unsupported for now, but it still works. Android 13, better than the new shit of Android 16. I mean, I don't really give a two rat's asses about Android 16, but to me, okay. But anyway, guys, this has nothing to do with Android, Apple, or iPhone, or whatever. But this has to do with network providers. For me, I've been with AT&T now for a full-on year. Started with them back in the beginning of 2025 in the summertime. And I just can't say, I can just say how amazed I am with them. You guys might give me criticism for it, but I really don't care. I had Verizon, I had T-Mobile. There used to be the former carrier that's not around anymore that got bought out by T-Mobile, and that was Sprint Wireless. You don't hear that name no more. I had Sprint, worst piece of shit phone carrier ever. My mom was an idiot. My mom was an idiot for going to Sprint in the first place. Never liked them. Dog garbage. So, whoever took over the Sprint assets, that would be Dish Network. That is the cable provider. They are stating next year they will become the world's fourth carrier with Boost Mobile, and they're going to merge it and call it Dish Wireless. What are you going to use? Use a fucking satellite in space and call that your phone provider? Typical nonsense. But either way, here's the thing about Boost Mobile. You're not going to succeed. You call yourself the fourth number carrier, right? Here's a news flash for you, Boost Mobile and Boost Mobile customers. Sorry to tell you, you're not on your own network. You're leasing off of both two companies. You're leasing off of AT&T and T-Mobile. So if you go out of Boost's coverage zone with their 5G, you're roaming on AT&T and T-Mobile. So my thing is, too, I don't recommend Boost. Not till they get their own network infrastructure. They're not capable with their own 5G. My dad has it, and he thinks it's a piece of shit. So don't get Boost Mobile. On the other hand, if you like AT&T, you can go with their prepaid option, Cricket. Cricket used to be on their own network, but they got bought out by AT&T back in, say, 2015. And Cricket they merged their towers all with AT&T. It could be better, but AT&T's better. Everywhere I go, according to my phone, I got 3 bars, but it's because I'm in the basement. But my new phone here that's unlocked, it has no issues, but yet it said it was not capable of working on AT&T's network, but it is. So, it just goes to say AT&T's better for me. I just brought my mom and sister from T-Mobile, and that process was a pain in the ass. They wouldn't port over my mom and sister's number because they had it on a temporary hold. And there was a customer that they told us about previously, and he was with Metro, and Metro wouldn't port their numbers over. They kept hassling him to stay with their network, and the guy was about 2 hours late for his job. So, it goes to say, T-Mobile, you say you're the uncarrier movement, if you still call yourself that. You're not no more. You don't care about your consumers. All those Sprint phones that now people are calling in to request for you to have them unlocked, you need to do it. My old Galaxy Note 4 in here, that used to be part of Sprint, you guys just don't want to unlock it because you're not capable of knowing how to unlock the old CDMA phones. So any of you guys that still have your old Sprint phones, I wish you luck, because T-Mobile will not let you unlock them. They're going to probably force you to throw them down the trash, or you can only use it for Wi-Fi. And that's why I'm selling that piece of crap, because I'm not taking it to a third-party store. They won't even touch that son of a gun of a phone. They won't even touch it. It's poisonous. They call it poisonous. They won't touch it. But it goes to show you, I like AT&T. The reason why I don't have Verizon anymore, they're just too fucking expensive. Their network is not that great anymore. It's gone down to shit. Their 5G infrastructure has gone down to shit. What is it, band 12 and 24? Verizon's just not that good. They'll never be any good. As far as right now, I think they're in second place. AT&T right now is number 1 right now, because they just did a about $2.5 billion of assets to go towards their network infrastructure to fix out their 5G issues. And so far, that's been doing them perfectly fucking well. And on top of that, you got T-Mobile over here changing plan prices. So now their high-speed unlimited plan is now like, for 2 lines, it's for like $130. That's outrageous. Their high premium tier is like $55 per line. And then you go down to T-Mobile Limited, Unlimited, Limited plan, and that's like $40 a month. And then you got their T-Mobile Matagata 1.0 Unlimited, but it's limited because it's not really unlimited because they throttle you after about, 20 gigs? But AT&T doesn't do that to me. But with T-Mobile's plans, I left because their network was just not all that great. Every time I was down here in my basement, I was only getting 1 bar and drop calls continuously. But with AT&T, on the other hand, I have not gotten any drop calls. Right now, I can literally tell you I have 4 bars on both my phones right now. But, and again, not every single phone carrier is good. But I have no issues with AT&T. But my thing is, T-Mobile, if you're not going to do anything to keep your customers, and if they're transferring their number to something else and porting it over, you need to release it and let them do what they want. Because what you guys did, you wasted my time really bad at AT&T, and they don't play around. Once we port our numbers over, we're allowed to, because that will get you a fucking lawsuit. And as speaking of which, right now, I think T-Mobile already has a federal lawsuit going on because they violated a person's porting their number over. They kept telling them, oh yeah, just stay with us, we'll give you better deals. They do that to sucker you in, and you fall for that sucker off that branch. It's like the old saying goes, you fall for that sucker, next thing you know, you're the sucker to be born. So, really, you're falling for their fanatics. You're falling for their shit. So stop trying to be with T-Mobile. Go somewhere else if you don't like them. I wouldn't even recommend Verizon because, again, their network infrastructure is not there. They used to be good back in the day. I don't care about them no more. They used to be good for me, but not anymore. The plans are just too expensive. AT&T is the better option. So really, out of all these 3 carriers, if you could count Boost as a number 4, but they will never be number 4th carrier till Dish is done building their towers. There's one site over here near my house that is still in the middle of being transferred over into Boost's name, and it was the old Sprint tower. So it's like, why does T-Mobile want to sell half of those towers of assets worth to Boost Mobile for? That's so stupid. But yet they took over the Band 71, converted it into their 5G, and that's where T-Mobile's failing. They're transferring all these Sprint towers. They should just demolish those sites, just demolish it, or just send those assets to Boost Mobile. That way they can have those towers for their own 5G network infrastructure. Because now what's happening is Boost is getting all these customers, but yet all these customers think they're really using Boost. They're not. I'm sorry to tell you the fucking honest answer. You're not really using Boost. You're using T-Mobile and AT&T. So if you go out of Boost's coverage area for their limited 4G network, you're roaming. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're roaming on a lease agreement with T-Mobile and AT&T, and partially Verizon for their roaming. If you're out of their network, out of those other 2 networks, you're roaming on the big red, which is Verizon, and your bill will get charged for that roaming. And yes, roaming is still a thing. So once you go out their network coverage zone, you're toast. T-Mobile's the same way. They have a lease agreement with AT&T. You go outside of T-Mobile's area where you're not getting their service from their towers, you're roaming on the blue brand, which is AT&T, and you are the guinea pig. You have to pay your huge bill from that data roaming and calling and all that to AT&T. You pay that to T-Mobile, but T-Mobile loses half of that money because it goes straight to the other carrier. That's the one that's roaming off of. So really, T-Mobile's still number 3. Verizon's number 2 in my book, but AT&T will always be number 1. So really, guys, I'm just telling you my honest opinion. Comment down below and subscribe on what your favorite phone carrier is. But for me, AT&T's worth it. I mean, My bill could be better, but I really don't care. Their network's better. And this is the actually phone carrier that I actually like for once because one, they're keeping their customers. Two, they're building their network infrastructure. And three, they're spending more of these assets to keep these towers up and going by updating them. Once 6G comes out, they're in the middle of testing it to see if it's better than 5G. So when 6G comes out, then that's when they're going to get rid of 4G LTE. So we're at this stage of point now where we don't really need LTE no more, to where we can just rely now on 5G. So either way, man, go to AT&T if it's worth it, if it's not too late. Because right now they got a promotion going on. If you if you're wanting to leave your carrier, they'll pay off your phone. I think it's like $900 off each line or $800 off of each line. So really, I'd say go for it. Go to AT&T and just be done with it. If you're done with T-Mobile, be done with them. Go to AT&T, because you T-Mobile customers, you don't really understand. Same for you Metro people. They're going to keep jacking your rates up because they did it to my mom. Her bill was supposed to stay at $110 a month, and they jacked her up to like $140. So really, it's not worth it. That's why I left, because of the throttling speeds that they did, and that their 5G network was just not that good at that time. So really, the last phone I had with them was the S22 Ultra, and then I traded it in for this S25 Ultra, which is way better for me. So really, if I were you guys, just switch to AT&T. You want a better network infrastructure? AT&T is the answer. Or if you're much of a guinea pig and you really like paying a lot of money up your butt, then go to Verizon, because I really don't care about the Big Red. Big Red kind of sucks anyway. So Verizon, if you are watching this, you need to care about your customers more instead of your corporate greed about the money, because it seems like to me you just don't care about your customers, your network. So that's why you'll go down and get bought out, just like what happened to good old Sprint. So either way, guys, this is the fucking Tribal Chief. Fucking acknowledge me.